years ago. Have I been on Facebook for 10 years? Oh my god, that makes me old. That was 10 years ago? That's cray cray. Okay. Edit privacy. Public. Done. Good morning. I know somebody's watching. How are you? I see you out there. Sharing to groups now. Good morning, Suzanne Montoya de Herrera. Good morning, Jennifer Nichols. How are you? I'm good. Dusty porn! Oh yes, the golden wings, hunty. You can't carry angelic message without a set of golden wings. Hey Karen, good morning. Let me share to the groups. Again, I'm just saying, I did not land in Facebook jail. I am so unsure as to what is landing me in Facebook jail. I think maybe somebody's reporting me. I don't know. Don't know. But whatever, I'm gonna post this to the groups that I post to. We'll see if I end up in jail again. Hopefully not. Please like, share, subscribe, and post out, you guys. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Tell your friends. What is that phrase that he said? Hide your children, hide your wives. Tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your children. Tell everybody. If you like what I do here, please support me by doing that. One moment as I continue to post, and then I will be with you. I wonder how your guys' day was yesterday. We had time, space. Did you take some time and some space? Good morning, Julie Levine. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Kristen. You're back from Scotland. Yay! Welcome home. Welcome home. Good morning, Melinda. Today's Sunday, obviously. I mean, you guys know that. Sometimes I don't, so I need to say that just as much for myself as for anybody else. But it's Sunday the 21st. I think I've shared to everywhere. If I haven't, then they're gonna have to seek me out. Today's the 21st. We're in like kind of, we're getting to the end of July. It's moving quickly, it feels like. Well, it's not really the end. We still certainly have more than a week, but today's the 21st, so today's the weekly. My name is Dan Geist. This is Engelgeist. I like to do a weekly, on Sundays, I like to do a weekly draw of 3 cards that give us a little bit of a sort of energetic or spiritual forecast of what we might be dealing with as far as energies this week. My joke or my little thing is we call me the spiritual meteorologist. So as if one would be going to work and you would check the weather report on the news before going, this is kind of what you would use this for. Now, if this doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. There's plenty of other readers on YouTube and Facebook that you can certainly go to that are as good, if not better than me. And if you need suggestions, I can certainly make suggestions for you as to where you can check out really great people. There's a huge community on YouTube that's awesome. I watch them myself, and I love them. They inspire me. And there's a lady that's on Facebook, MJ Cullinane. She's amazing too, with Crow to Road. She does a daily 3-card spread that it is brilliant, like beyond brilliant. I look forward to it every day. But what I was going to say is, so some of this may not resonate with you. If it does, this is the intention is this is a broad reading for a collective group of people, not only the people that are watching right now, good morning, and not only the people that are watching now, but also it's intended in the intention and in my prayers prior to going live, it's intended for those that may come across the video throughout the day or even throughout the week, right? So we're talking about, there could be quite a few people there. So we're going to look at the general overall energy for this week, from the 21st through the 27th of July. What I want to do right now, which is something that I like to do, it's not only a reminder for me, but it's a reminder for you guys. Let's get centered into right now, the 21st of July, Sunday morning, wherever we're at, where our feet are planted. Like, let's get conscious of that. Take 3 deep breaths in. We're going to go in through our nose and release through our mouth. And if you guys have heard this and done this with me before, try and imagine positive or plus signs going in through your nose and filling your body, and minus signs being breathed out. It's a very simple act, but it kind of shifts the energy within the body and within the energy field, I believe. Sometimes it's the simplest things that work the most effectively, okay? So let's just do that. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose. And breathe all the way down into your belly and release. Let's do another one. Inhale. And release. And one more. Just think about where your feet are planted right now in the present moment. July 21st, 2019, where you're at. And release. Those of you that know how to ground in that moment if you can. Those of you that don't know how to ground, message me or comment and I can tell you what grounding is. What I was going to say, what was I going to say? Oh, I just lost that thought. There was something going on during that breathing exercise that I wanted to say and I can't remember now. It felt so good, I just lost touch with it. Maybe it'll come back during the reading. So, let's get to today's energy, or this week's energy, for the collective, for all of us. So I'm going to ask Spirit to give me some cards representing the energies for July 21st to the 27th of 2019. Thank you, Spirit. Please show us cards that best represent the energies and situations, the feelings, the emotions that we will be dealing with this week, July 21st to July 27th, 2019. The cards feel good again, guys. There's a little bit of resistance, a little bit of heaviness, but they don't feel as bad as they did, like, say, in early June, throughout June, and even in the early weeks of July. They feel a little bit lighter. I mean, it's not like we're without work to be done. It's not like we're without, how is it, worries per se, but I have a feeling, what my intuition is telling me as I'm shuffling these cards, is that something has shifted for us. We're able to have our worries and maybe still get things done. Our worries don't consume us as much at this time. Something has happened with that eclipse, whether we're aware of it or not. Those nervous Nellies, those worrying Wandas, those angry Andys, we're letting those go, guys. I have a feeling that things are getting easier. I'm not saying it's not without work, right? We're not, we have our tasks we want to accomplish, but as I'm shuffling these cards, they feel like they will get accomplished with a little bit of know-how, a little bit of belief in oneself, and I think it's going to be a productive week. Let's say that, okay? So let's look at what Spirit has in store for us. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now each of these cards, I pull 3 cards, and the reason why I do that, there's 7 days that we're like looking at, or 6 or so days. I kind of say that each card kind of represents maybe 2 days of the week, the energy that we might be facing. Some of us may be facing it for only 1 day. Some of us might be facing it for, the whole entire week, just 1 card. But it is sort of to give you an overview of kind of what we can expect, okay? So the first card that we've got going on, good morning, Nancy Mowbray. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Cassie Schulte. The first card that we got, oh my God, Ducky! You and I, okay, I just have to say this. Ducky and I were on the phone this morning before the reading, and we're not normally on the phone before this reading, and I told her I'm totally gonna veg today. I feel like today's another veg day, like yesterday, and we had that time space card. Guys, look who's back. It's the time space card. So take this Sunday, I'm gonna say right out of the gate, I'm gonna turn on the Buddha cam. Buddha's wanting extra attention today. He's taking up the whole screen. But if you guys want to reference yesterday's video, I did a whole thing on this card yesterday. This card showed up for yesterday's energy. I'm gonna turn on the Buddha cam. I'll go back through this, but I think this energy, sorry if he's kind of, it's not like sort of the full card. Let me see if I can slide. There we go. Let me write this down too, time space, because we want to know where we're at and what we're experiencing throughout the week. This time space is all about figuring out, relaxing into it, meditating into it, taking the time to connect to ourselves, connect to our spiritual selves, connect to the universe, relax, enjoy this Sunday, allow yourself to sort of ponder, play, think about what it is that you want in your life. How do you want to bring it in? Don't even get stuck on the details of how you want to bring it in. Just think about how good it would feel to have whatever it is that you might desire at a deeper, heartfelt level. That's what this card feels like to me. I look at this statue and I feel like he's dreaming. He's looking up into the sky, and these are almost like, these swirls here are almost like his dreams being released out into the universe, so that the universe and our guides, our spirit guides, our angels, however you receive your support, they'll bring that back to you if it's for your highest good. They will find a way to bring it to you. This desert back here says to me that it's like we've come through something. We've come forward, like he's come through this long journey of things being a little bit burnt out and dry. The light has followed him or brought him along, or you along. And there's a lot to be said for the journey that we've had thus far, but we don't have to live in the misery of that journey anymore. We've learned from that, and we can sort of put that in our past and move on into newer dreams, newer ideas. But we need to honor ourselves and give ourselves the time and the space to reflect and to think about what it is we want, to meditate. Do you see these 3 Buddha heads here? Find your inner Buddha. Start talking to it. We all have one, guys. We all have the opportunity to access our own spiritual information. All of these white birds here also represent like spirit flying free, or our guides around us. They're guiding us. And these, again, I'm going to say this from yesterday, these like sort of like bright waves here at the bottom look like angel wings to me. They look like, allow yourself to be inspired today, but do it in a relaxed, comforting, sort of loving way to yourself. This card is Major Arcana. It has power. We might feel like we're sort of drifting today, or relaxing, and maybe not necessarily focusing too tightly on the details. That's why this is time space. Give everything time, give everything space. Don't worry, don't rush things. Just let them sort of be, and think about what feels good, right? Versus what is not here, or why it's not here. How am I going to bring it in? The fact that this card was with us yesterday and it shows up again today out of 78 cards says to me that right now we are in like a formation period. Like, get it, Beyonce. Let's get into formation. Maybe that's the song for the day. I'm going to go listen to Formation by Beyonce today. I'm telling you. I'm going to get my groove onto that song today. That's my thing. And if any of you bitches, excuse me, if any of you bitches get into Formation with me, message me and let me know how it feels. That's what I want to know. All right, so with this card, I want to say, take the time, take the space, give it to yourself. You deserve it. You've had a long run of it. Like this desert is telling me, we've been to hell and back and throughout our lives. Give ourselves a day to dream. Give ourselves a day to just relax, meditate, love ourselves, give ourselves the time and space to just be. And now this card is for the next day or two, right? We can use this card all week long if we want. I think that this is about creation in its purest form, because we think about like sort of the end result, but we don't think about the actual, we don't, how do I want to say this? We don't define it too much so that we get stuck in a corner where the universe is having a hard time meeting the requirements because we think it needs to be a certain way, right? This is about like, this is what I want, this is what feels good, this is what my heart says I need. Just bring it to me, universe. And then remaining open and allowing it to come in however it comes. And don't necessarily think that it's not coming because it's taking a little time or it's taking a little space. This card also makes me think of time space in the sense that you got to remember, spirit and the universe work on a different timeline as us. They don't have time. So things we may want that we wanted yesterday, it might take a little while because spirit's kind of trying to maneuver us. And if we're busy in our worry or our fear or whatever, we might be a little bit harder to maneuver into the position we need to be in to actually have the thing that it is that we want. So remain open. Stay how do I want to say, like lean into it and just let yourself be carried today. Relax and enjoy the day. It's so funny. I said to Ducky this morning, I'm like, it feels a lot like yesterday. I just want to like sit and relax and veg. And I did, and I meditated last night, and I had a really good meditation, and I did my spiritual work yesterday. But just treat yourself. No rushing, no stress, no nada. No nada. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. So the next card is also Major Arcana, and an interesting vague card. It's all about creation. So let me put it up in Buddha's lap and explain it to you. This card is another card where I sort of feel like it's very open to interpretation for everybody. There might be a lot of viewers, and that's why these cards are more vague, because time space is a bit vague card, but it definitely speaks to relaxing and allowing yourself the time and space to create that with which you want in your life, without getting bogged down in the details of how to go about doing it. It's like working with spirit. This card is also that. So let me turn on Buddha for you. Sorry, one moment, guys. Okay, this is the art card. Art card to me is all about creativity, about creation. Now, this is our midweek card. Again, remember the white birds that we saw in time space? We have them closer here. This heron here is much closer. This is spirit working with us. There's a butterfly here. There's a transformation that's about to happen. There's emotions that maybe we've been dealing with, or things that we have been sort of releasing and letting go that no longer work for us. There's sort of this redness here represents sort of emotional anger or resentment that we've sort of learned how to control, or not necessarily let it overrun us, right? This flower here is like us blossoming from all of this. And this rainbow is like the opening to spirit. And art is all about, okay, so now we've taken the time, we've taken the space to sort of ponder. So now what do we get to create? What do we get to, it's still this focus on creation. It's also a very open card in the sense that, yes, there's a lot of things going on here, but we have the space here to allow it to come to us, to allow the inspiration to come in. We can still have our emotions, right? We can still have our feelings, but they don't have to overrun us so much so that we're stuck in them, that we're stuck in fear or anger or worry or sadness and caught in that web. The web down here says to me that it's not necessarily as big in our life as it maybe was, say, a month ago or even last year or however. This butterfly is flying free. This butterfly is like transforming and changing. Some of us, this little lightning bolt is actually calling out to me and saying that some of us are going to have some inspired thought this week, where those of us that are creators, artists, however it is we create whatever brings us joy, we're going to have inspired ideas. They're going to, like, the light is going to shine, the rainbow's going to open up and come out, and we're going to go, oh my God, that's what I want to do. That's how I want to have it. That's how I will create it. That's how it will come to me. Again, I'm going to say this. Stay open for the next few days. By midweek, I think that this is although this card is open, it feels to me like we are going to be able to define a little bit more about our art. And this white bird here says to me, spirit is definitely going to be closer to us in this process. Spirit is definitely like approaching us and working with us, and we may be aware of that. For those of us that are not aware of that, that's okay. Just allow your instincts, your intuition, trust it, and let it carry you. Let it tell you. Listen to your thoughts, listen to the inspired ideas that may come, listen to the rainbow that might come through, and the light that might shine that says, oh, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. This is what makes me feel good, okay? So that's your midweek card. And again, guys, I can't stress this enough. These are both major arcana cards, so this energy is big. These shifts, even though the cards are sort of like wide open and, oh, I'm going to drift and dream, these are big shifts that are taking place, even though we may not feel very specific in our direction. Does that make sense? The art card's going to help us to define that a little bit, but it's still going to be open for interpretation this week. Now, the last card, interesting. I like this card too. Okay, let me turn on the Buddha cam. Everybody say hello to Buddha. Hey, Buddha. All right. So this is the Seven of Wands, and this is courage. Now, what I feel like with this card is I feel like through the first half of the week or the first 3/4 of the week, we might be dreaming and we might be sort of like figuring out, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I would like. Seven of Wands, Wands being a spiritual card, this to me feels like, and it being titled Courage, feels to me like by week's end, are we going to have the courage to actually remain open and stay in the belief of that with which, of attaining that with what we want, right? Are we going to continue to stay open and allow ourselves to dream? Are we going to stay open to what our heart wants and listen to our spirit, the Wands card here, and have the courage to carry it through? Now, the reason why I say this is because there's a lot going on in this card. I look at this cross being held by the hand, and the stained glass window makes me think of the church. This makes me think of old beliefs, things that might be limiting from our family, like the tribal statue here. There's strength in this, but it feels like it's old ancestral energy, right? It feels like it's old information that might like sort of come up and tell us, no, you can't do that, you can't have that. You're gonna, and this is where you need to find that spiritual courage. Whoops, sorry, Buddha. Sorry, Buddha. This is where you're gonna have to find that spiritual courage to sort of carry it through to the week's end. Believe in yourself. I love this mask here. It feels like protection to me, like we can protect ourselves. And this spear here feels like, do not step over my boundaries. Like us defending a little bit what we want or what we know to be true by the week's end. This feels like more in a spiritual nature. So like we might have to, what do I want to say? Like I almost want to say like be careful who we share our ideas with that we might come up with this week during the time space card and the art card, because those people might not have the open minds or the ideas, the ability to dream like we do. And some of this stuff is, like I said, older stuff from our ancestors or from church, from societal beliefs that might be around us, but I feel like we're protecting ourselves. We're using our spiritual courage to keep on the path. It's just going to be a little bit more there's going to be a little bit more sort of, how do I want to say it, like outside influence or interference trying to come in, but we don't have to let it in. This card says to me, we have the courage, we have the protection, we have the strength to keep on track with our own highest good and what makes us feel good. The thing is it's about keeping that focus. And I say that to you guys, and I also know that that is just as much needed for myself, because I have a hard time of staying on my, best thinking thoughts sometimes. When I want something really bad, I get nervous and I get worried and what if? That's what this courage card represents to me, is sort of like the ideas of the outside environment then coming in and testing us, because we've gotten these two beautiful major arcana cards, which has allowed us to sort of think and create and live in our desire. And that's powerful energy. And sometimes I think that there's influences in the world that don't necessarily want us in that energy. Because if we live in that energy and we start to create that, then they have to vibrate higher too. They have to sort of up their game. And maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're fearful. Maybe they're stuck. Maybe they are whatever they are. This courage card says to me, don't listen to those things. Stay courageous and move forward and keep going. You can do this. This is a spiritual card, so it says to me you're supported by spirit. You have the desire is strong there, but there might be conflicting information from the outside environment that might not negate your desire, but invalidate your desire in some way. Don't allow it. Stay strong, stay courageous, and keep moving on. And as we go through the dailies this week, because I do pull a card every day in the morning, we'll see this energy, and I'll bounce back and forth between the weekly and the dailies to see how this sort of plays out and clarifies more, okay? So that's where we're at. This really feels like we went through that eclipse tunnel. We released what we wanted to release. Now we're all about creating what we want in that new space. I believe, if I am correct, there is a full moon or a new moon coming up on the 31st. Is that not right? doesn't tell me on my calendar. But that's a great time to sort of manifest new things in our lives. So I think that's interesting that we're getting these sort of like contemplative, creative cards, especially major arcana cards, which say there's a big shift or a big change, the possibility of a big choice, a big awareness or an awakening in a way as to what it is we want and going about it. And it's going to be so big that like by the week's end we might be a little bit scared that maybe we can't carry it through, or maybe somebody's telling us we can't carry it through. And that's where this courage card comes in. We need to have the courage to believe in our spirit, believe that we are capable beings, believe that we are supported by not only ourselves but by our guides, by our angels, and by our universe, and allow ourselves to stay strong and really say, sort of put out that emanation or that vibration to the universe that no, this is what I want, and I'm not going to let you talk me down from it. I've done that for too long. There's too many like sort of what is it? How do I want to say this? There's too much like even in the media and in politics and what's going on in the world on the global scale right now that allows us to want to like bring our vibration down, right? And it's like that's this environment that I see in this courage card that we need to sort of not allow that to affect us. Don't allow that to bring our vibration down. Stay courageous, stay strong in your spirit, and maintain your sort of boundaries. And keep your eyes on the prize this week, because these two early cards in the week say there is a prize for sure. We are the prize, actually, I believe. So that is your weekly forecast for this week. I hope it makes sense. I hope it resonates. If it doesn't, please, like I said, find there's plenty of other readers out there that do really great work, and they're really talented. If you need suggestions, please reach out to me. You can message me, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel or to my business page. I do have a Facebook group that's a smaller group. I do pop-ups. I didn't do one last night. I should have, but I didn't because I was taking my time and space. And it looks like it's a good idea to continue to do that today. I'll try and figure out a night this week to do one. That's when I pull individual cards for people. I am available for private readings. My links are all in there. And it's the new moon on the 31st. Thank you, Ducky. It's the new moon, and that's the moon where we want to manifest new things. We want to bring in the new things. So Ducky's posting my Linktree link. That's got the buttons to my YouTube, to the group, to wherever you need to find it. Those of you, today is the last day at my old prices for bookings for private readings. I am increasing my prices to $50 for a reading over the phone. So just so you know that, and you're aware. They were originally $40, so if you book today, you will get that $40 price, but starting tomorrow, all readings will be $50. Good morning, Terry, how are you? Paola Diaz, if you hit on the official links, Ducky Simmons is posting it. Let me see if I can get it out of my email. 1 second. Let me see. Oops. It's okay, guys. Somebody knocked something over. Sorry, I have 3 dogs. And of course, they're knocking stuff over. Okay, there. I just posted it in there. That link will take you to all the ways to contact me. Follow my business page. Subscribe to my YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. Post the video wherever you think it's needed. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Terry, but today is a great day to relax and take care of yourself and give yourself the time space to get better, okay? Do that, okay? You're welcome, Paola. I hope I'm saying that right. And then one other thing that I always end on is that no matter what's going on, if you're suffering or if you're struggling right now, it's all just energy. Find the blessing, find the gratitude, find some sort of appreciation for whatever it is you are going through. It's going to make it easier. It will shift the energy, and it will make the situation that much easier. You will go through it smoother, and you'll get to the other side, and you'll understand why you had to maybe struggle or go through whatever it is you might be going through, okay? So remember that it is just energy. Energy is not static. You're not stuck. You're not going to stay there forever. If you are having a hard time, today is a good day to give yourself space to just dream, just drift and dream and think about where do you want to be in the world? how does that feel to you? What does your heart say to you? You know? And then don't get stuck in the details of how you need to make that happen. Don't get stuck in the fear of, oh my God, what do I have to do to make that happen? Just put out that feeling to the, ooh, I'm getting chills all around my head. Just put that feeling out to the universe and let the universe support you and show you just exactly what you deserve, right? Because we deserve so much more than what we're willing to give ourselves. I truly believe that, myself included. Okay? All right, I love you guys. Good morning, Belen. It's good to see you. I love you guys. Have a great day. Tune in tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm trying to build up, get it out there and let people know I exist. And I will see you guys tomorrow in the morning. Have a great day and stay in your time-space today. Ponder is the word. And go listen to formation. Get into formation. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Bye. I have a private in about 7 minutes. All right, I gotta get ready for this reading. Have a good day. Bye.